My childhood best friend and I were making a silly plan to sneak out of my room at night. We tied some sheets together to make a rope, movie style, and lowered it out of my third-floor bedroom window. She volunteered to go first, and after she was fully outside of my window, dangling in the air, the knots came loose. I watched her fall all the way down in slow motion and bounce off my water heater onto the grass. I ran outside, fully expecting her to be unconscious or worse. But she was unexpectedly fine, and already up and walking towards my front door. We swore ourselves to secrecy about this moment, and never told anybody what happened, because we were so embarrassed. It became something we joked about for a while, after we did a lot of dumb, dangerous things as kids, lol. Over the years we've grown apart, and now as adult, she's developed a lot of mental challenges she didn't have before. Memory issues, social skills, overall executive functioning. I think about her often and I can't help but suspect her falling out of my window had something to do with it. When I was 15, my friends and I went to a Cincinnati Reds baseball game with a large group of high schoolers at Old Riverfront Stadium. My friends and I snuck off from the group and convinced a guy to buy us beer. When he handed the beer to us, a plainclothes police officer came up and flashed his badge and started to ask questions. When the guy was not forthcoming with answers and would not show his ID, the cop pulled out his cuffs and a tussle began as he tried to put them on the guy who bought us beer. As the tussle began, my friends and I took the opportunity to run and rejoined our large group in the upper seating on the opposite side of the stadium. I'm not sure if it ruined his life, but him buying beer for us certainly ruined his night, and I'm sure cost him a bunch of legal fees. I wish I could tell him I'm sorry. I don't take full blame, but I didn't help either. I had a boss. He wasn't a good boss, poor management, rarely came to work, had serious alcohol issues, and didn't understand why I was so good at my job with my personality type, sales. He was still in his position because of a connection with a high-level executive. Even so, he was on thin ice because he would often get drunk at company events and start conflicts. Still, he did advocate for me at times. He really upset me, and when his boss came to town, who also wasn't great but had to tolerate him, I spoke up. I told him about his poor treatment of employees, lack of work, and drinking issues. A week or two later, my boss was fired. A new guy came in, who was maybe slightly better. A few years ago, I heard that my old boss, whom I probably helped get fired, died of liver disease at 43. There were rumors that he struggled with his health. About a year later, the executive who had always supported him also passed away. I'm not sure of the cause. I was a volunteer firefighter a while back. Pager went off for a medical assist. We often had to help ambulance with patient lifts, etc. I opted to give my spot on the truck to the rookie we had in training, figuring a lift assist. He could help the guys and get that mental boost of being on the team. No biggie, I shouldn't have. The patient was an older guy who had been smoking in his wheelchair, wearing synthetics, and with oxygen through his nose. He caught fire. It was a lift assist to get the patient onto the helicopter, and fortunately, he didn't survive the flight. The rookie had to see that as his first call. He left the brigade shortly after, some things you really can never unsee. And he was just a high schooler trying to do something good for the community. I hope he's okay. These days, I've seen a lot that will never leave me either, but I've come to accept that is how life and death can be, and I was prepared the moment the helmet was on for whatever came at me. The kid probably had his first experience of that and wasn't prepared for it.